Huawei's first mid-range phone for the 2019 is a rather full-bodied evolution of the Smart P series, one of the best lineups for the company. It is a solid smartphone, with a beautiful design, that makes the most of the new Kirin 710 chip, but that unfortunately is slightly held back by the presence of only 3GB of RAM. 2018 for Huawei closed with a bang with the presentation of the excellent Huawei Mate 20 Pro, and now we can say the same about the beginning of this year. The company's first release is the P Smart 2019. This P Smart 2019 from Huawei represents the consolidation of the company's position in the mid-range phone market, with the device characterized by a design very similar to the P20 Pro, with the added value of a water drop notch, and a very attractive price. Design. The curves are very soft on the sides, and the bright colors make it very flashy. Made entirely of polycarbonate, and characterized by a vertical dual camera array, and the presence of a fingerprint sensor, the back cover of the P Smart 2019 blends seamlessly with the frame. The power button and volume rock are located on the right side of the device, at a height very convenient to reach even with one hand, while the left side is completely free, and on the bottom side there is a 3.5mm port for the headphone jack, and sadly a micro USB port for charging and connectivity. It's really a shame, because although in this price range it is very frequent to still find micro USB ports, if Huawei had opted for a more performant USB-C port, the Huawei P Smart 2019 would dominate the category. Display. The panel is a 6.2-inch IPS LCD with Full HD Plus resolution. All in all, this is a good panel, but with a max brightness even lower than that of the P Smart 2018. Luckily this doesn't affect everyday use, even under direct sunlight, text and images are always clearly visible. The white balance is also good, but the saturation is on the light side. Thankfully we are given the ability to change this in the settings, activating the intense profile. The notch is the same one we find on the Huawei Mate 20, and according to me it is the best interpretation of a notch. It's pleasant to the eyes, and leaves much more space for the notification bar. Hardware. The processor that animates the Huawei P Smart 2019 is the new octa-core Kirin 710, combined with only 3GB of RAM, and 64GB of internal memory, expandable via a microSD card up to 512GB. This is a configuration that left me rather puzzled. Although the new Kirin 710 leverages the artificial intelligence to optimize performance and consumption, and is able to breeze through most common tasks, when confronted with more complex operations, the system starts to slow down, and this is most certainly due to only 3GB of RAM. It should be remembered, however, that we are talking about a budget smartphone, and in this price range compromises are bound to happen. The battery is a 3400 mAh unit, and yes, considering the 3000 mAh cell present in the 2018 model, I have to immediately say that the difference is quite a lot. Huawei's new mid-range guarantees a full day of autonomy, even with a heavy use, and in our test we managed to reach almost 7 hours of active screen time. Not bad at all. Camera. The photo compartment is the one that received the most interesting update. It now sports a dual camera, with a 13-megapixel f-stop 1.8 main sensor, and a 2-megapixel secondary one, used exclusively for calculating the depth in photos and the blur effect. The result is good quality photos, rich with details thanks to the artificial intelligence that becomes better with every iteration. The HDR does its job really well, and even in low light conditions you have nothing to complain about. Of course, in this price range, it is difficult to avoid the presence of pastel colors and noise. Videos recorded at the maximum resolution of Full HD and 60 FPS are rather good, and the front camera with the 8-megapixel f-stop 2.0 sensor allows for decent selfies, but nothing more. Software. The presence of Android 9 Pie, with the MIUI 9 skin in top, make the P Smart 2019 one of the most up-to-date smartphones in this market segment. It is a great software that allows the use of gestures, and integrates all the features that we have come to like on all the devices of the company. Verdict. This is a solidly built smartphone, very nice to look at, that gets the most out of the Kirin 710 chip, and that it's held back by the presence of only 3GB of RAM. The presence of a dual camera that is significantly better than the average camera of the mid-range market, and the price, are probably the most important qualities of this new device from Huawei.